Gates are back, and they fired away. Stella Veloce a step slow. Beer happy to race towards the end of the field along with Glory Vars. They're going to bank on a good pace. Pile Driver, one of the first to break, but being restrained. Shahryar gets forward. Then Authority in the light blue cap going around, and Authority picks up the lead out of the straight. Shahryar races in second. Then comes Alan Kerr, the light blue colours, in third. One off the rail for the top, takes a tug at the outside. Hukum's in the white and blue colours with Pile Driver for company. Burgas a lot closer, but is 3 deep at the outside. Then a length away to Dubai Honor, now being joined by Glory Vars against the inside rail. After them, Dubai Future off the course, blue jacket and white cap, half a length away to Dubai Honor. Then comes Without a Fight. There's no real pace on. Stella Veloce 3/4 of the way back, half a length away to Uber Leben. Then comes Casper, who's won from last, and Abir's got the entire field to get past. Now they're on the back straight. Pace is a little bit more genuine, but certainly not record-breaking. It's Authority in the lead by just over 1 length. Shahryar races at the rail, and the leader's back in second. Then comes For the Top, who just tugged out of the straight and now races in third. Alan Kerr, lighter blue colours, is in fourth with Pile Driver a length behind, the white sleeves and the red cap, and in a good rhythm. Burgas is in the open. Then comes Hukum, midfield, white and blue colours, kept company by Dubai Future, who continues to travel at the outside. Glory Vars, light blue colours, and the red cap also midfield. They all in a bunch. Dubai Honor just tries to get a little bit closer. Stella Veloce's got nowhere to go. Then comes Uber Leben, Without a Fight, the first to come off the bridle. Beer's not at the back of the field, but will make a move at the outside of runners, and that leaves Casper at the end of the field, 700 metres out. Authority guides them along. He's led most of the way. He's in front by 1 length, and every time you look, the pace is even better. For the Top is second, Shahryar third. Then comes Burgas into the home straight in the open, in striking distance, but covered ground. Further back then to Alan Kerr. Pile Driver makes a run towards the inside. So too does Glory Vars. Dubai Future, Uber Leben towards the outside. Authority in front. Now being asked the question as Shahryar goes on the attack. Pile Driver, but tight for room. Glory Vars. Then comes Alan Kerr, and Ibir is taking off towards the outside, but running out of real estate. Shahryar the leader. Authority now being passed. Shahryar on the drive to the line will seal for Ibir. Shahryar wins Japan again, incredible. Ibir second, then came Authority, Pile Driver, Uber Leben. Hukum was next, Alan Kerr, Glory Vars, Stella Veloce, Dubai Honor Without a Fight. They're ahead of Dubai Future, Casper, Burgas, and For the Top.
It's a fantastic 5 for Japan, and another great finish. It's gone to Shahryar, just holding off Ibir, who's flown home under William Buick. But Shahryar has done it. Third win in the UAE for Christian Demuro, a first here at Maidan. What a night for Japan. They're unstoppable, Richie, although Charlie Appleby tried hard there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very messy race. They went very slow. Christoph went to the front on Authority, and he just stacked them around.
You were loving that, Rich.
Well, Shahryar was just, yeah, but I just loved where Shahryar was. He was right behind him, so he was well aware to, you know, Christian was well aware when Christoph let the handbrake off, he was going to try and pinch 2 or 3 lengths. I was just happy where he was. You know, there was a lot of horses in behind who were very, very free. Pile Drive was a little bit gassy with Frankie, but I take full credit to Yabir, because where he's come from in such a slowly run race, you could see William make his move slightly earlier than he wanted to because of the way the pace was going. He had to attack it earlier than I think ideally would suit him. I think a stronger run race, I think we'd have seen a different result.
Yeah, it did level off, but you hear, I didn't even see him till the crowd roared.
No.
I was watching the first 2. I said, oh, he's going quirky tonight again. Next minute in my left ear, whoosh.
Yeah.
The crowd has spotted him down at the furlong pole, and he's come down. What do you think, Richie, with tactics, given that there's so many Japanese horses in this race? Would Christian Demuro know what Christophe Lemaire is going to do? Like, he's knocked in behind him. These guys are riding against each other. They're local jockeys as it is. You know, even though the European jockeys, they're both based in Japan. Would that be a big effect on how tactics are played out?
Well,
the fact of watching, you know, they know each other.
Well, as a jockey, you know, you're going through your dangers in the race. So ideally, one of your biggest dangers is Authority. You know he's going to make the running. So that's your pace angle. So, you know, you're always wanting, he's going to get away from us. And then the horses are behind, all of a sudden, are having to make up 6 lengths. They're going to have to make up 9 lengths because Christoph's going to get that turn of foot. He's going to get away.
And of course, he's on his shoulder just to pull out. It's a great angle here, actually, we have, and he's in the right place. It's like almost like a little bit of work for him. Frankie, teeth grinding down the back. Like literally, Frankie had his, he was hating it, wasn't he? Frankie doesn't like that.
And Frankie, that horse was quite keen with Frankie. There's not many horses you see keen with him. He's got a wonderful pair of hands, but that'll just show you, if you look back through the race, there wasn't many that weren't actually keen in the race.
Yeah.
I think Yabir was probably the most. He is the gassiest horse, but because William had to drop him out, and when I say he's in behind, he switches off, but he's a horse that turns it on very quickly, and you could see the ground he made up from that race. And that was just, William was, it wasn't ideal for him, but he couldn't ride the race any different, because if he put that horse in the race, all of a sudden he does too much and he doesn't get home. So he's had to ride the race accordingly, and he's probably thinking to himself, them on the front end, I'm going to have to make a lot of ground up. So I think full credit goes to Yabir. He's only been come down a neck. I think this is a horse that's starting to hit really good rich trainer form, and he'll be contesting all the big races. I think even from a mile and a quarter to a mile and a half, I think Charlie Appleby's just got so much ammunition at that middle distance range.
It's going to be a fantastic summer, isn't it?
He's got Hurricane Lane and Adyar, and he's already said that Yabir will be the one that they, because he's a gelding, he'll be the one that they send on his travel. So
and he's got Manobo as well. They just got so much ammunition, and I think William's headache will be with Charlie. Where we're going to split these up.
Yeah, and where he's going to go, because they're going to be travelling, whether he'll have to stay at home. Big run from the 15, the mare. She hasn't won a race since May, since she won the Japanese Oaks. Big run for her. So even the Japanese outsiders are having a fantastic night tonight.
And Pile Driver in fourth, fantastic result for the team there. Yeah. Proves that Saudi run was not good.
And like I say, I met Willie Muir the other day, and he was adamant the horse was in better form he's ever been in. Like I say, he had the gate one. Like I say, probably didn't suit him either, the slow pace. So he comes out with plenty of credit as well. And Frankie was right behind Shahryar, so he was always in the box seat. It was always going to be a struggle for anything that was further back than mid-pack to make up ground. And that's why I think, Yabir comes out of the race with a lot of credit.
Actually, another horse that, given that he had so much room to make up and that I thought ran a better race than I expected, was Hookham. He actually ran really well at the dead. He's just got to Alakir's nose, and he's not in the sixth there on the screen, but I thought he's ran a real big race.
Yeah, I think that it's a race that we could analyse over and over again, and there's probably there's a case for 7 or 8 horses that will think, if there was a stronger gallop, that could have ran well, but it's one of those races when it's the old adage saying, when there's a slow pace, you've got to be on the front end of things, and unfortunately, a lot of the lads were just, they were kind of
victims to the skill of Mr. Lemaire.
No, they were just victims to the way their horses are ridden and the way the race panned out. They were just victims to where they were positioned early, and it was just, you can't criticise anyone because that's where you are. You can't go making.
Well, they expected a little bit more pace, given there was 2 from that jar. The goal, the second string dropped in. Would people have anticipated more pace and gone wrong from? Like what happens as a jockey when you jump out? You're in a Grade 1 race like this. It's so hard. Like, do you really sit and suffer?
You have to sit and suffer. Like I say, a lot of hold-up horses, you have to kind of sit and suffer. And like you say, Williams made his move earlier than he'd have liked. The likes of Dubai on it. James he's a hold-up horse. He's had to sit in, and you are a victim to what's happening around you. So there was nowhere he could go. He was bang in the middle of the pack there, and you're then just trying to pick your way through it and hoping that it pans out. But like I say, when there's a slowly run race, you're so condensed turning in, and when the taps are turned on, the fronts get away, and you're all on top of each other. So when there's a genuinely good gallop, everything is strung out. So the gaps come a lot more easier. Like I say, there's 7 or 8 horses that will probably, lads will be kicking themselves in there thinking, if there was a strong, but they couldn't go.
Yeah.
They were just, like I say,
it keeps us on our toes anyway. We've more to talk about, we've more to analyse. Nice simple straightforward race for us. Kick and Clear wouldn't have been. No, we've got plenty to analyse out of that. But look, fantastic race. We're after seeing 2 major international races here.
And we're talking about horses that have finished in behind, but I can't take anything away from the winner.
No,
You know,
he's
a genuine Group 1 horse.
Yeah.
You know, he's behind the Great Contrail. He was behind Authority in the Japan Cup. He's reverse form with Authority, have it be only half a length. But yeah, and the Japanese have just, you've got to...
that really keeps the Japanese form strong. The 2 placed horses behind their champion, their unbeaten Triple Crown horse, come out here tonight and represent again. It's just awesome form, isn't it?
And that's what,
we'd be all
we go
proud to
back,
have
you
it at
know,
home.
that's what you have to admire about them. They don't bring their second-rate horses here. You know, apart from the Americans in the big race, they bring, you know, their top draw horses. But, you know, in the substitute races, they're generally their second and third division horses. In the sprint, in the mile, they're never generally top class. But the Japanese never shy away from bringing, you know, their top draw horses out here.
And they're being rewarded, and that's probably good.
And they're being, the frightening thing is how many they're going to bring next year. Because I think they bought 22 this year. They'll probably double that next year.
Well, we can hear from our winning jockey, Christian De Muro, has followed what his big brother Mirko did and had a winner on this card. He'll be with Mikey very shortly.
All right, Christian De Muro, that was, we'll walk with you. When we talked earlier, you seemed quietly confident about this one, and he proved it for you.
Yeah, I have a really good race behind the leader. The horse he beat already in Japan. Yeah. I follow him, and when I come out, he make a good turn of foot. When he take a lead, he stop a little bit, but then he come back again.
And the last couple of years have been huge for your career, obviously with the Arc. But the Arc, in the Arc, you weren't able to be with a big crowd. What's it like to win a big race like this in front of a crowd?
You know, for one jockey, it's what we dream to win every time. The Arc was one dream. I win now. I show you in every war I can win good race. So today I win again. For me, it's amazing for my career and for everything.
Well, congratulations. We'll get a quick autograph from you if you can.
Yeah. Wait.
Don't you want an agent?
Great scenes, big congratulations to Christian De Muro and to our winning trainer Hideaki.